I've been through tough seasons, and it's hard to get your head back up after a season that didn't go the way you wanted it. However, coming back to work after the spell of great games that we had and after the Champions League, that's something that is a real source of motivation for me as a captain, for me as a player, for me as one of the veterans of the team. As I mentioned, I'm trying to motivate the others as best as I can until we win. And when we did win, it was an incredible moment for me, but it just whet my appetite because afterwards I was trying to think about what the next goal was. And I want to mark history and I want my name to go down in the history of PSG. That's what we're going to try to do tomorrow. And we have a perfect opportunity to do so. If we look back at the last season, we had a lot of highs, but we also had lows. If we think about the last finals that slipped out of our grasp, we know what it feels like to win, and we also know what it feels like to lose. I think that that appetite to win, to beat other teams, and to really run on that high after games is what we're looking for. That's what we'll be looking for tomorrow. And to answer your question about the Ballon d'Or, no, for us, what's important is the team. I am now at a certain age. I'm 31 years old. I know that I hadn't won a Champions League before 30 years. And so, if you were to ask me, would I prefer to be a candidate or nominated for the Ballon d'Or or win the Champions League? I would clearly say win the Champions League. Thank you for what you said about me. The individual prizes aren't what I'm looking for, it's the collective and the team that counts. Hi, Maki. So, as the captain, how do you make the arrival of a player such as Lucas Chevalier easier? What were the pieces of advice that you gave him, and how do you feel that he's settling in? The captain always has an important role when you've got a new recruit. Uh, we've had, I've had very important captains who took me under their wing when I came to a club. I think that the captain is the one that's meant to go to the new recruit to talk about to offer a shoulder if needs be, to say I'm here if you have any doubts. I want to ensure that you can integrate in the best way possible. I want the new player to feel like they're at home, to feel that they're welcome with open arms. We do have that philosophy. We have our gains philosophy. We have a very demanding coach. We know that it isn't always easy for the new guys coming in because they see all of this and they're having to do things that they're not used to doing, that the coach is asking them to do, things that are done differently from where you've come to before. And that's where the colleagues, the teammates, the veterans, the captain play an important role. So we want to do everything that we can to ensure that the new recruits are comfortable, that they've got everything they need, that we understand what they want, what they don't want. Talk about PSG, the club, the group, the team. That's what's important. That's what we focus on, and that's how we're going to win. That's how we have won, and that's how we're going to continue. So the idea is to really get them to embody that philosophy so that we can all move forward together as best possible. Hi, Marquinhos. I am from L'Equipe. Let me come back to Donnarumma. You are the captain of this team. I'm not asking you to talk about the decision that's been taken by Luis Enrique, but as a captain, you've had an incredible season with him. So how does it feel for you that he's not here? He's a friend, and he's a friend who's not playing on home turf. Yeah, it's always difficult. I said this in the interviews I gave earlier. I've been here for 12 or 13 years, and I've seen other players go through what he's gone through. So they found themselves in important players, players who are pillars, cornerstones, and at the end of the mercato, at the end of the transfer window, they're having to pack their bags and choose another club. But unfortunately, that's part and parcel of football. Football is exactly like that. What the only thing that we can do as players, the only thing that we can give, and the only thing that we can say is to give everything we can to the players up until the last second that they're part of the club. That's what we ask of our players. I know that one day I'll have to leave as well. I hope to be sent back in the best conditions possible. The players come and go, but the supporters, the fans, the history would always be here. And Gigio Donnarumma, he's part of PSG's history, and he always will be. We're so proud of everything he's done. We thank him from the bottom of our hearts. We don't know whether he's going to leave yet, or is he staying? Is he going? And if he's staying, then welcome him with open arms, because he's what he pulled off last year was incredible, and it's thanks to him that we got to the final, that we are champions of Europe. So we owe him a lot. And if he goes, then once again, huge thanks. He's a beautiful person. He's a great leader. He's a great friend. He was so important in the dressing room for all of these years that he's been with us. But that's the name of the game. It's football. I can cite a lot of players who left, and I was upset about it. But and I know that if he were to leave, that would also be a blow to me. But I know that there'll be others who will go, and there'll be others that will come in, and we will continue going. We will troop on. What's important is just to give it on max to the club. We've got one last question for Marquinhos, please. In Spanish, please. Good evening. I'm from Popular Sports. So, on a personal note and emotionally, how are you feeling at the moment, at this point of your career? And what is the mentality? What is the state of mind in the dressing room at the moment? I'll be answering in French if that's okay. I am very proud. I'm very proud. I'm so happy to be a part of this adventure, to have the opportunity to win another trophy, a trophy that will be very difficult because we've got two teams that are not at the same point. Obviously, we've been working. We worked at the end of our holidays, but Tottenham, they're probably fitness wise in a better standing than we are. We but we haven't let standards slide. I saw the quality of passes, the quality of finishing, the quality of play during the training session. We're not perhaps at the top of our fitness levels or our physicality, but and we know that Tottenham's going to give everything. Uh, if I can give 50 minutes, 80 minutes, 90 minutes, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But we're going to try and maintain that level on the level that we need, so that we can try and get the result in the bag. This is my 13th season. We won the Champions League final. That for me was wonderful, but I'm still hungry. I still want more. I still want to help the new recruits, the new players, the younger players, even those who have won the Champions League, and they won the Champions League very young. I want to push them to go further. We also have a very demanding coach. It's not because we've won once and that's done and dusted and we can wipe our hands of it. He's going to push us to also achieve more. And that's how we're going to motivate ourselves, motivate our teammates to win the game tomorrow. Thank you very much.